2025 day one. Let's talk about it. So I put together my little projected starter list before the NFL draft. Obviously, we don't know how the draft will go, but I put together what I would like to see. And, potentially an option that I'm not looking too much into this. Let's be honest. I'm not looking as far as let's go get the best players, because I know we won't. Okay. And I know how the Bengals are. So I'm kind of, trying to be as realistic as possible. So start the offensive line. Okay. I'll start with Jordan Battle. I've said this many times on live stream, and I'll say this again. I think Jordan Battle should switch to middle linebacker. I think at the end of the day, that's a better position for him. It's kind of how Buchanan, back in the old days with the Cardinals, he went from safety to linebacker, worked out very well for him. Isaiah Simmons went from safety to linebacker, worked out very well for him as well. I think this could be a huge W. I think he does need to bulk up a little bit, though. He's 215 right now. We need him to bulk up to around 240, 245. He's 6'1", so it's not the tallest linebacker possible, but I think he could be a pretty good option. He's not really that good in coverage, but he's really good at tackling. He's really good at run support, and he's really good at hitting. So if that's the case, I really don't see why you don't just make him middle linebacker. He pretty much can do everything you need him to do, and you don't have to worry about anything else. We also, of course, potentially will be trading Jermaine Pratt if somebody wants him. So if that's the case, then just put Jordan Battle at middle linebacker, draft a safety. You have Geno Stone on the other side. You got Tyson Anderson. You also got Dax Hill in the slot, who could also move to safety in different packages if you need to. Again, you could also draft two safeties if you really wanted to, or pick up another safety. But I am homing in on this. I want Jordan Battle to be a middle linebacker. And yeah, so that's number one. Let's talk about the offense, because that was the elephant in the room. Brandon Sheriff and Will Hernandez. Now, right now, we'll have to wait and see what happens with Brandon Sheriff. There's a chance he retires. But if he doesn't retire, I would love to have him on the squad. I really would. We need two starting guards. And I don't think the Bengals are going to move Teddy K to left guard and make Matt Lee center, which I still think would be a great, fantastic idea. Teddy K played left guard in New England, and he was very good at it. I don't think they're going to. And I want to see Matt Lee as a starter. So my, again, perfect lineup here. This is my perfect mental lineup. Realistic mental lineup. I want Brandon Sheriff and Will Hernandez on either side of Teddy K. Then Mims, and then you got Orlando Brown Jr. Chase Brown is our back, obviously. Really don't want anybody else but Chase Brown. Mike Gesicki as tight end. We got T. Higgins, we got Jamar Chase, and we got Yoshi. I don't really think we need to sign another receiver, and I'm not really curious into the whole idea of drafting a receiver, especially not early, but let alone at all. Defense. DJ Turner, Dax Hill, and Cam Taylor-Britt. Okay. Geno Stone and Starks. I've been preaching this to the choir forever now, and I'm going to continue preaching it. I really love Starks from Georgia. We'll have to wait and see where he ends up going in the NFL draft. He had not the greatest 2024 campaign, but he had a really amazing 2023. And I really would love to have him as our strong safety on this squad. He is 6'1", so again, for a safety, not the smallest, but he is 6'1", 197. Just an absolute animal across the board. I would love to have him on the squad. So that's what my projected starter for strong safety would be if we didn't draft him. It would honestly be whatever rookie we drafted, or they would put Tyson Anderson in there. So, or potentially pick someone up in free agency. Defensive line. Trey on one side, BJ Hill, Chris Jenkins. I know we did also pick up TJ Slayton, but I'll be honest with you. Chris Jenkins is our guy. Second round pick from Michigan. I'm really excited to see what our new defensive line coach does with him. I think he's going to be amazing. And then Zarius Smith. Now, I think about also potentially Calais Campbell is also another option. Matthew Judon's another option. Or Zarius Smith. I'm going to go with Zarius Smith here. And I think he could be a really good option off the edge on the opposite side of Trey. We would also, again, draft other people to potentially be, the backups and eventually, take over. But I really don't like the world where I see Myles Murphy on the other side of Trey here. Now, again, eventually, Myles Murphy has to be on the other side of Trey. He was a first-round draft pick. Our new defensive line coach is definitely going to get to work with Myles. And I think he can definitely turn Myles into at least half of what we saw him at Clemson. But at the same time, we're in a win now type mentality. Myles Murphy is a great rotational piece, and I would love to have him as a rotational piece. But Zarius Smith, I feel like, would be a really good option as well. We also do have Joseph Asai re-signed, and we also re-signed Cam Sample. Keep that in mind as well. Sample coming off an injury, so we have to wait and see on that one. But that's my perfect mental dream lineup right now. This is way too early, I know it is. But that's kind of how I'm looking at it. At the end of the day, again, I know there's going to be people comment and say, why didn't you get this guy? Why didn't you draft this guy? Why did you do? Listen, this is just like, I'm trying to be realistic to what the Bengals would do. And also, put together a smart lineup that's also cost efficient. Because I think we all know the Bengals are very much into cost efficient things. So I think this is the most cost efficient we're going to get with Cincinnati here. But hey, it works out. It works out. See you guys next one now.